Imagine this. It's a scorching noon, and I'm tending to my zucchini patch when a loud crash rattles my fence, followed by a piercing yelp. There, in a heap, lies Karen Mitchell, the HOA's self-anointed overlord, her tacky polka dot skirt hiked up after tumbling off a ladder she propped up to spy on my yard. Welcome to the Pinewood Grove saga. Karen thinks she can dictate every inch of my property, but she's about to learn I'm not the pushover she expected. This story's got twists that'll make you chuckle and gasp, so stick around. Drop a comment where are you tuning in from? Let's see who's hooked on this drama. It was a typical Tuesday in late May, the sun beating down on Pinewood Grove, our sleepy suburban enclave. I was watering my organic garden, my pride and joy after 3 years of meticulous care, when the commotion erupted. A crash, a scream, and I set down my watering can with a sigh, already suspecting the culprit. Sure enough, there was Karen Mitchell, Pinewood's HOA president, sprawled beside a toppled ladder, her knees scraped bloody. "Jake Larson," she shrieked, spotting me. Scrambling to her feet, she jabbed a finger my way. "I know you're up to something shady behind that fence. It's too tall against HOA rules." Her voice boomed, alerting anyone within earshot. I kept my cool, though I was fuming inside. "Karen, you're trespassing. It's just a garden. The fence is exactly the height allowed by the bylaws, which I've studied. Need a doctor? Or can you manage?" My tone was even, but I couldn't hide a smirk as she dusted off her garish skirt, muttering something odd under her breath. Mom always said, "Lose control, lose everything." It piqued my curiosity, but before I could dwell on it, she limped off, glaring back with a promise. "This isn't over, Jake. Expect a formal notice." Back inside, I pulled up the neighborhood security system on my laptop. Few in Pinewood knew I'd designed the entire IoT sensor network for the community-aside gig from my job, crafting smart home systems. I valued my privacy, dodging HOA meetings and block parties, so this was my quiet contribution. Rewinding the street camera, I caught Karen in full color, deliberately setting up her ladder to peek into my yard. No mistaking her intent. I saved the clip, sensing it'd be useful. Digging deeper, I found she'd been snooping on others' 2-3 neighbors' yards in the past week, clipboard in hand, jotting down violations. That evening, a soft knock brought me to the door. It was Margaret Cole, my 60-year-old neighbor across the street, bearing a tray of brownies. "Saw the Karen show today," she said, eyes twinkling as I let her in. "She's been a menace since taking over the HOA 3 years ago. Her husband bailed because of her control freak ways, learned it from her overbearing mom, I hear." Margaret sipped the lemonade I offered, settling at my kitchen island. "Between us, Jake, someone's got to knock her down a peg. She's finding folks left and right. Poor Sarah Gwynn, a single mom, got hit for her bushes being an inch too tall." I nodded, unaware Karen was targeting others so harshly. "I've been avoiding trouble, but she's got me in her crosshairs." Margaret studied me. Avoiding bullies like her just emboldens them. She's insecure, always trying to prove herself to her mom's ghost. As she left, I spotted a new device on the lamppost across my house, a fake sensor, likely Karen's attempt to spook me. That night, in my home office, I confirmed it was a dummy, unconnected but symbolic. "Game on, Karen," I muttered, sipping coffee, my mind already plotting. The next morning, a neon green HOA violation notice arrived, accusing me of excessive privacy measures and demanding a backyard inspection within 48 hours. Karen's bold signature sprawled at the bottom. I filed it away, knowing documentation would matter if this escalated. That afternoon, my security system Pinjad Sumion was at my fence. The feed showed a guy in a cheap suit and hard hat, scribbling notes. I recognized him as Tom Brady, Karen's pal with a failing landscaping business. No official inspector, just her lackey. When he tried my gate, I remotely triggered the sprinklers. Water blasted him, sending him scurrying, his clipboard a soggy shield. That evening, I hacked the fake sensor across the street. It hit a recording device, capturing audio from my front yard, a privacy violation. Worse, similar devices dotted Pinewood, recording residents' private chats for Karen's leverage. The next day, I caught her staking out my house from her car, binoculars peeking over a newspaper. Instead of confronting her, I sent an anonymous email. "Stop recording neighbors. It's illegal, and someone knows." 20 minutes later, My doorbell cam showed her frantically checking the sensor, panic in her jerky movements. Later, I ran into Ryan Parker, the neighborhood maintenance guy, fixing a sprinkler in the park. "Heard Karen's after you," he said. "She's got me working overtime for free, threatening to report me if I don't. Last week, she made me repaint her deck, calling it community property." As I headed home, Sarah Nguyen was in her yard, anxiously measuring her bushes. "Jake, right? Karen fined me for my hedges 2 inches too tall. I've got 72 hours, or it's $100. I'm a single mom with 2 jobs. This is insane." That night, through Karen's office window, I saw her staring at a photo of an older woman, her mother. I assumed her posture tense, as if arguing with the image. This wasn't just about rules, it was personal. The next morning, flyers appeared, warning of suspicious activity at my address. I crumpled one, fury rising, but calmed myself. Karen was escalating because she felt cornered. Then my phone buzzed with text, neighbors reacting to new flyers claiming I was running an illegal animal breeding operation at my house. "Strange noises, odd smells," it said. Laughable, since I didn't even own a cat, but the damage was done. Neighbors avoided eye contact, except Margaret, who gave a supportive nod. Doubt crept in. I'd moved to Pinewood for peace, not war. For a moment, I considered selling, but fleeing would let Karen prey on others, like Sarah. I doubled down, cataloging evidence, flyers, sensors, recordings, fake notices. Reviewing footage, I found Karen threatening an elderly resident with fines over a non-regulation flag. That afternoon, Sarah knocked, looking shaken. Karen fined me $300 for my hedges, saying I defied her by trimming them myself. She threatened a lien on my house. I showed her the notice lacked board signatures unenforceable. "She's banking on you not knowing the rules," I said. Hesitant, she asked about my evidence. I shared select clips, recordings, threats, fabrications. Sarah's shock turned to fury. She told everyone you're dangerous. I worried about my kid near your house. I'm sorry. A special HOA meeting was called to address my violations, set for 2 days later, with Karen and her cronies as complainants. That night, my system flagged movement. Ryan Parker crept along my fence, then held up a USB drive to the camera. I met him at the gate. "Karen's watching," he whispered, handing me the drive. "It's community center footage she doesn't know I backed up. Shows her lying about you." The clips revealed Karen fabricating complaints, fake animal control calls, invented threats for mean accessing HOA funds late at night. The morning of the meeting, my sensors caught Karen at my fence again, ladder in tow, with shears and a camera. Hours before accusing me publicly, she was trespassing to plant or gather evidence. I recorded as she climbed, aimed her camera at my garden, then yelped as the ladder set on uneven ground tipped. She crashed hard, clutching her leg, and hobbled off, face twisted in pain. 3 hours later, police arrived. "Mr. Larson, Karen Mitchell claims you booby-trapped your property, causing her to break her leg." I showed them the footage. Karen trespassing, falling due to her own error. I added evidence of her harassment. The officer's skepticism shifted. "We'll need this for our report. Consider filing a complaint." Karen's false assault claim stunned me. "What's wrong with her?" I shouted alone, slamming my desk. But her lie was a mistake, escalating this to a legal fight I could win. I checked on her at the hospital, fractured fibula, and got a text from Ryan. "Meeting postponed. Karen's saying you rigged the ladder. Board's plotting against you." Next came a letter from her lawyer, suing for $50,000 for injury and distress. My attorney, Lisa Torres, dismissed it, clear trespassing case. "I've got this." Then I noticed deleted security clips from Karen's fall. Accessing my backup server, I found them showing her talking to someone in a black sedan before heading to my house. The driver was unclear, but her actions were planned. The next day, neighbors gathered in my yard, Karen in a wheelchair, milking her injury for sympathy. Only Margaret and Sarah stood apart, unconvinced. I stepped onto my porch, bracing for her next move. 2 weeks later, I was in court for Mitchell v. Larson. Karen, now with a neck brace, played the victim. Her lawyer painted me as a hostile recluse who'd sabotaged her routine inspection. Lisa countered with my footage, showing Karen's trespassing and fall. The courtroom hushed. Karen's lawyer claimed my video was faked, producing a clip showing her falling on the sidewalk. Lisa spotted inconsistencies, wrong shadows, editing marks, and the judge ordered a forensic analysis, warning Karen about falsified evidence. Outside, Karen hissed, "This isn't over, Jake. I've got 15 years in Pinewood. They trust me, not some tech hermit." I replied coolly, "This isn't over, Karen. Not by a long shot." That night, Ryan, Margaret, and Sarah met at my house. Ryan said Karen tried bribing him to lie about me. Sarah revealed Karen withdrew $5,000 in cash from HOA funds, dodging required signatures. She's bribing someone. I guessed, maybe the video forger. I saw her hand her lawyer an envelope in the park, his reluctance palpable. The next morning, the court confirmed Karen's video was manipulated. Her lawsuit was dismissed, and the DA was investigating. Her car sped off with a suitcase fleeing. Then a bank alert, $20,000 withdrawn from HOA funds. Sarah confirmed it was unauthorized. Lisa urged me to call the police embezzlement. I tracked Karen's car to a gas station via traffic cams and tipped off Detective Alvarez. That evening, he confirmed her arrest at a motel, caught with cash, a burner phone, and fake ID. I shared the saga: trespassing, false reports, recordings, fraud. Alvarez shook his head. 20 years on the force, and this is wild. He asked why she targeted me. I was uncontrollable, private, independent. She couldn't stand it. Police searched Karen's home, finding years of financial records showing $150,000 embezzled via fake projects and bribes. She'd kept dossiers on residents' bank details, personal secrets for leverage. My name was on a threats list with plans to blackmail me. At an emergency HOA meeting, the interim board revealed her crimes. Neighbors apologized for doubting me, and Sarah suggested I advise on digital security. Karen took a plea deal, 8 to 12 years, with a public apology. On the community green, she delivered it mechanically, her defiance barely masked. Sarah promised a transparent HOA, earning cheers. Pinewood transformed. I renamed the Wi-Fi HOA free zone and added a no ladders sign to my yard, a local hit. 6 months later, Margaret dragged me to a barbecue. "The hero of Pinewood can't hide," she teased, handing me a letter from another community seeking my security expertise. At the green, neighbors laughed, kids played, and Sarah toasted, "To Pinewood and ladders in all the wrong places." From a private recluse, I'd become part of a community, all because Karen climbed a shaky ladder. So, where are you watching from? Share your HOA horror stories below. Sometimes, the best revenge is standing firm and letting tyrants fall.